What is up? I am the Grapple Girl. I stream on Twitch and TikTok Wednesday and Friday mornings. I am a streamer who had zero followers when she started streaming. So it's been a journey, but I'm here to help you, and I'm hoping to do more series on how to get started with streaming and like where to go, right? And believe me, I'm learning with you. I'm no expert in this, but I thought it'd be helpful to kind of share my tips on streaming and how to get started. I'm going to share 6 tips with you today. They are not groundbreaking by any means, but they are what worked for me. I went from zero to about 1,100, almost 1,200 followers in a year's time span. And I did not know anyone when I started streaming. So, which I would not advise, right? If I was to do it all over again, I would have been a frequent visitor of Twitch. I would have seen what I like, what I don't like. I would have started community building well before I started streaming, but I didn't do that. I just jumped right in. I'm a little delulu when it comes to these things, but it's worked out for me. So, with a little effort, I think it'll work out for you too. So let's get into it. My first tip, and I've already hinted at it, it is networking. Listen, you can't expect to stream 24/7 and people to just find your page. Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, they're saturated with streamers. It seems to be the thing to do right now is to stream. So, how are people going to find you? My advice would be to network. You find them first, right? Like, build that community right out of the gate. I would say do that even before you start streaming if you can. I didn't do that. So when I started streaming in January of 2024, it was literally just me, mainly just me. It was also my friend who inspired me to start streaming and my partner. I averaged zero point 0.7 viewers on my first stream of January 12th, 2024, which is wild. Now I'm averaging in the low 20s. So again, I still have some more work to do, right? I have more community building to do as well, but it's not easy, right? I mean, listen, I'm having people who are busy, moms, dads, right? Who have jobs, kids, family life, personal things to do, yet they're taking time out of their day to come and watch my stream, which I'm so grateful for. So networking, community building, it's so important. So how do you get started with that, right? And this is also like just an important life lesson because networking, referrals, all of that is how you build your own businesses and your own book of business when you're in real life working. Like these are important skill sets to develop. I would say find like minded people. So for me, I am an older Fortnite family friendly streamer. So those are the people I want to find, right? They're most likely to be interested in what I'm doing and the content I'm putting out and most likely want to hear what I'm yapping about, right? Although I do have quite a few 13-year-olds who also hang out in my stream. I mean, I think that goes with the family friendly territory. So figure out who you are as a streamer and go find those people who would be interested in your content. So, community build, hang out in other people's streams, and be genuine, make genuine connections. You can't just spam some emotes, or I know we all love to go to a Discord self promote tab and just throw your stream in there and hope that people come, but it doesn't really work that way. Like, people want those genuine connections, so you need to build it. And it's not that hard. Go into a stream and be like, hey, I really like this stream. How did you get started? Right? And start talking to people in the chat. And those people are more likely to follow you and be interested in your content and come visit you. But it needs to be genuine and authentic. So, number one tip is to network. Do that community building. Do it right away. Do it before you even start streaming. So then you have those built in audience when you go live for the first time. Number two, what is the situation on your mic and camera? You should watch the VODs, your videos on demand, which are saved on Twitch, or if you save to your personal computer, watch those videos and see, is my mic coming through okay? Is my voice too loud, too low? Do I need to change those settings? Am I blurry? Is there a lag? Like, what kind of content is coming through? Because at the end of the day, you're putting on a show, right? It needs to be of good quality, and anything extra you could add to, like a year ago, a year ago, my setup was way different than it is now. There was nothing on the walls. There was no lights. Also, I invested in a ring light, which is what's here. So I am bright, even though my room might be dark. It's important for people to see you, and that's a part of the show that they're watching. So, what kind of quality mic and camera do I have, and do I need to make any changes? Does it need to be top of the line? Remember, this hobby might not be here to stay. But if you're thinking about putting on a show, you need some sort of production, right? So, and if you see a streamer and you really like their setup, feel free to ask, like, what camera are you using? What mic are you using? On my Twitch page, you could see everything that I use. It's laid out, so no one has to ask me. Because when I started streaming, people would always ask, and I'm like, I don't know. So it's all laid out for you. You could see it's super easy. So that's my second tip. Check out your quality mic and camera, and do you need to make any changes to that? My third tip, set a stream schedule. Now, I know we're all busy people and it's really hard to stream consistently, right? You might be a mom, a dad, you might be in school, you might have work, family life, personal life, just not feeling motivated, right? Like, setting a stream schedule is really important, and here's why. One, your viewers know when to expect you, right? If you're always changing it, it's really hard for people to keep up with you, especially if you're not posting it, if you just stream ad hoc. Sure, there might be people who will show up no matter what, and that's great. I know when my viewers wake up on Wednesday morning, they're like, Wednesday morning, Grapple stream, let me jump in and say hi, right? There's something to do with consistency and building in that programming. Also, for you, I mean, it's not just for the viewers. That stream schedule is for you to make sure that you're showing up and streaming no matter what. I know that's really hard. Life is busy. I get that. But at the same time, streaming can be a real grind, especially in a year. It's a lot to keep showing up. So it creates some sort of discipline, which you need, right? It's the same thing with work and school. You need discipline to get through it. You're not going to be motivated every day. So setting that stream schedule really helps. So, my fourth tip, and it feeds into networking and community building, always raid out. So, if you don't know, and I actually didn't know this when I started streaming, that's how much of a noob I was. If you don't know, there's a feature on Twitch called raiding out. Raiding out means when you end your stream, you're going to be sending your viewers to another stream. So it's a really great way to show support of a streamer who you're interested in and interested in getting to know, right? It's a way to community build. And then maybe that person follows you back after you raid and visits your stream. And maybe your two communities mingle, right? Like, that's the dream right there. It's an easy way to community build. Of course, raids can be a hit or miss because you might not know the person you're raiding out to. And that's fine. It's just a part of the experience, right? And as you grow, you'll create raid commands, and your chat will be excited when you raid out to spam those commands, and it becomes a thing, and it's really fun. So, how do you find someone to raid? Well, it might be people you've met in your community building and you want to show them some love, or sometimes you're just searching. I use the Twitch toolbar and I'll check the family friendly tag and see what family friendly streamers are out there that I could, bless them with my audience. So it's a really great way to give back, to community build, and to develop some relationships. I remember the first time I was rated, I was like over the moon. It was such an exciting thing to happen. So it's really fun too. I'll either try to rate out to people who are smaller than me, or just slightly bigger than me actually now too, because I want to grow my page, right? So I want to find streamers who are just a little bigger than me, who have a like-minded audience, who might be interested in my content too. So that's kind of the two angles I take when rating out. My fifth tip, and it feeds into community building, networking. You can sense a theme here, rating out. Maybe collaborate. Consider collaborations with like minded streamers. So, this has been probably the most fun I've done in my streams in the past year. I will stream with other family friendly streamers and we'll put on a holiday party or we'll do a tournament and give away V-Bucks. Like it's just so fun to collaborate with other streamers to blend different communities together. Twitch now has a program called Stream Together where you could actually do that in a very easy way. Even if you have 1 to 2 people in your stream and you're developing those relationships with other streamers who are also small time and like minded, it might be worth doing a collaboration to kind of grow your audience. And I think with Stream Together, don't quote me, but you both get the viewership. So it's a good way also to build your page a little more. So my sixth tip here would be yapping. Listen, yapping isn't for everyone, but it's really important to engage, to talk, to narrate your gameplay, to fill in that dead space. So it doesn't mean you have to talk the entire time, right? But it's really important to not have dead space in your VOD. So when you go back and you watch your videos, even if there's no one in your stream, right? Like, is it quiet when you watch your videos? Like, it shouldn't be, right? You're putting on a show. Remember that. Like, unless you're like the best cracked game player out there, like total COD sweat or Fortnite sweat, even that's really hard, right? Because there's so many talented people who stream. But if you watch top streamers, they're usually yappers. They're engaging in their community. You do not want dead space. You want people to feel like they're invited. So when I stream, I never know how many people are in my stream. I treat it all the same. It could be one person, it could be 30 people. I don't know. I do that intentionally so nothing changes in my stream. I don't want to be disheartened that there's nobody in my stream. And I want to make it feel like an inviting environment. And how do you do that? By talking to people. I'm always like, hey, happy Wednesday. Thanks for being here. I might say that 30 times in a 3 hour stream just to fill in some of that dead space. I'll ask, hey, how's your day going? How are you feeling? Any weekend plans? You'll see some streamers will pin questions to their stream, and that'll be the question of the day. Like, do you prefer vanilla or chocolate ice cream? Let me know. So there's a way to fill in that dead space by driving engagement, right? So yapping, I know it's unnatural to just be talking to yourself. It's very weird to just keep talking with and you're not sure if anyone's listening, if anyone's there, and that's okay. It's a skill set you can develop. Just have an idea of a few things you'll say. It can be, "Hey, happy Wednesday. Thank you for being here. How's your day going? Hey, what's your favorite flavored ice cream? Let me know in the chat." Or maybe you want to open up your games to community games if they're multiplayer, and that's another way to get people talking and engaging. You can also fill in that dead space by narrating your gameplay. If you're playing some RPG or a game like Elden Ring where you're doing a specific parry, just talk and you'll get used to it the more you do it. But you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that's just a part of streaming. So there are 6 topics that we discussed: networking, good quality mic and camera, consistent stream schedule, rating out, collaborating, and yapping. If you like what you've seen today, feel free to give this a follow, drop some comments, send to your friends. Until next time.